Today's talk is called We Live in an Orderly Universe. We live in an orderly universe. And Eric Butterworth's quote in your bulletin says, in an orderly universe, there is simply no way in which one can get something for nothing. And oh, if only we could. If only God were nice enough that I didn't have to raise my consciousness up to meet the vibration of what I want. Don't you wish? Don't you wish God would be that nice that you did not have to raise your consciousness up to meet the vibration of what you claim you want? So if we are going to have peace, we've got to raise our vibration up to meet the vibration of peace. Because you see, somebody else doing it for us will not do it for us. Somebody else raising their vibration up to meet the vibration of peace, well, they will get to experience peace, but I won't. I don't get to experience peace until I raise my vibration up. But I will say, my raising my vibration helps everybody else. Me willing to raise my vibration up to meet the vibration of peace, of joy, of love, of health, of wealth, does it for everybody else. That was what Jesus was doing. He kept raising his vibration up. And when he did, healings took place. He kept raising his vibration up to the level of health. And when that happened, people saw health. And when they saw health, they raised their vibration up in order to experience health. See, there is no way to get something for nothing. Much as I would like to have a big pile of cash handed to me without the consciousness to have a big pile of cash, I can't do it. I had to work very hard. To any wealth I've experienced in my life, I really had to work at. But I didn't work at it in the world. I worked at it from the inside. I spent a lot of years meditating, not to get money. I spent years vibrating on my relationship with God. I would sit for 5 minutes every day, declaring God is I am. God is I am. I would declare it silently to myself, and I would begin that meditation with the Christ in me is awakened now. And then I would just silently breathe in, God is. Silently breathe out, I am. God is, I am. Because you see, I had to get to a point where I had to get it. God knows what I want. Stop asking, Shawn. You're asking is saying you don't have it. It began to be an affirmation that you do not have the very thing you want. Or that I did not have the very thing I wanted. I wanted peace, security, wealth, health, well-being. It's funny, how many of you have ever prayed to be well-liked? But at the same time, have you prayed to like others? Are you praying to get, or are you praying to share? Are you praying so that you can be wealthy, or that all can be wealthy? Are you praying for you to be healthy, or all to be healthy? Are you praying for world peace, and that includes your enemies? All those bad people who have been hurting us. Are they in your prayers for well-being, for the oneness with God? It's tough stuff. I don't know. She's not disturbing me at all. Please know that. Cast a banny on stage. We're set. Yeah, we don't have a Sunday school teacher today. But the next 3 weeks we do. And so, what am I praying for? And even more, where am I praying from? Because that's where you start to see prayer in action. Is what consciousness are you praying from? Because you can start anywhere. That's what's nice. God doesn't need me to be in a certain place. But where do I need me to be in my prayers? In my prayers. Because if I'm praying insane prayers. So I love about the 12 steps. The second step says, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. So what's the implication there? Cuckoo. We were off the beam a little. but could restore us to sanity. I mean, but a power greater than ourselves. It didn't say God. It does not say God in that step. It says power greater than myself. What I came to understand is that a room full of people looking to heal was a much greater power than me alone in my apartment trying to heal. See, me coming up here with all of you guys is a power much greater than myself alone. That is so much. Because now it's like-minded individuals coming together, all with goals and desires and things, and looking to see a certain way of life. But there is an order. There is an order. And let me tell you the order of things as I understand them. It starts in thought. Everything starts in thought. You're looking to begin your order. The order is not trying to get somebody else to change. That will not, you will not, it might be a temporary thing, but that's not what's going to happen, because quite frankly, if you do get them to change, you will have not changed, and that's what you're looking for. You know, suddenly, they'll be having a great life, and you'll be wondering, oh, how did I get left out of this equation? Because you didn't seek the shift within yourself. You didn't seek the new thought. So everything in the hierarchy of order begins with thought. And then, to me, it comes to the word then. Next comes the word. What am I calling forth? What am I using the power of word for? And power sits here in the throat. It's one of the 12 divine mind faculties. It sits here in the throat. What am I using my power for? Am I using it to call forth this divine vision that I see? Because I can misuse all my powers too. And I can misuse it and call forth less than magnificence. Less than. You know, I would like to win $100 million lottery, and then it's, oh God, I can just pay my rent this month. And I thought, well, how do we get from how big is your rent? You know? Or are you so ready to settle for survival? So we don't come up here to settle for survival. We come up here to know that the entire kingdom is ours. And it doesn't always come in the form of a check or cash. Sometimes things happen anonymously in weird ways. And all my needs are met, and you don't know how. Or somebody says, today is the day I want to buy you lunch. Today is the day I want to buy you theater tickets. Today is the day I want to do this. Today is the day I want to do that. But then some days it's yours to say, today's the day I want to do for this one, and I want to do for this one. And so it all comes around in the order of things. So from the mind, the thought, comes the word, next comes the action. You follow it through with action. We move our feet. In this order, we move our feet. And we take the actions as we are guided. And sometimes we get really weird directions on how to act next. Have you ever wondered, what are you talking about, God, that I'm supposed to do this next? Spirit, are you out of your mind? Really? I'm supposed to go down this street? But I've never driven down this street ever in my life. Why would I go down this street? Let's go down the street. And then you go down that street and nothing happens. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought something magical was supposed to happen. You don't know what happened by driving down that street. You don't know what's in that tree inspired in your mind for 2 weeks from now. You don't know what a different feeling you have when you drive down this street instead of this street. Now, yes, we can also do the magic thing. Well, we don't know what we avoided on that other street, but get magic out of it. Get that magical thinking out of it. Let's make it practical. Let's decide all the time. God, Spirit, and the universe is always on my side, always ready and willing. And all I really have to do is listen with a new thought. You know, I'm ready for a new thought about life. I'm ready for a new thought about my body. I'm ready for a new thought about my relationships. I'm ready for a new thought about money. I'm ready for a new thought about politics and politicians. I'm ready for a new thought about the floor, about the ceiling. I'm ready for a new thought. So Spirit, and that's what I say, Spirit, tell me what to think about the floor. Tell me what to think about these walls. Tell me what to think about the color yellow. Because I guarantee you, I'm thinking about all those things. And then I'm telling myself a story that's not true. And I need a true story about the color yellow. And it may seem silly to you. Well, what are you talking about, yellow? What are we talking about? Because we're clouded. We are bombarded with thoughts and stories that just aren't true to distract ourselves from this wonderful truth, from peace, from joy, to distract ourselves. And we don't have to do that anymore. I'm going to read you a couple quick things here about order. Order is also one of our 12 divine mind faculties, and it sits right here in the navel. In the Revealing Word, Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, says about order, the divine idea of order is the idea of adjustment. And as this is established in man's thought, his mind and affairs will be at one with the universal harmony. Well, that's pretty simple, isn't it? The divine idea of order is the idea of adjustment, adjusting from a false thought to a true thought. And this is established in man's thought. His mind and affairs will be at one with the universal harmony. The universal harmony. So you see, there is a universal harmony. I looked up divine order online, and it was wonderful to read how, with quantum physics, with all the metaphysics, with everything. There is an orderly universe that works all the time. Gravity seems to work all the time. You can't change it. Hot becomes cold all the time when it's just simply set out. The chemicalization changes order in an orderly way that perhaps we don't understand, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. And so the body is expanding and contracting, and cold expands and contracts, and certain temperatures always do it in the same way. There is an order to everything. I was looking for Charles Fillmore in order. And some of the things he says, I really thrill me. And Charles Fillmore, this is actually Catherine Ponder in the healing book, The Healing Secrets of the Ages, available in our bookstore. Many physical ailments that people have in the stomach and abdominal region near the navel result from inharmony and lack of order in their emotions and lives. When they begin to affirm divine order, that helps to begin putting their thoughts and affairs in order. Often a healing comes quickly. If you have health problems, financial problems, family problems, or suffer from confusion and uncertainty, you can begin clearing them all away by affirming divine order. Now, I've heard, I've had friends that say, "Oh, I want divine order." Well, divine order is always happening, but it's either happening or mishappening. But to begin to affirm, there is a divine order to align me in my health, in my wealth, there is a divine order. I do not have to experience lack. I do not have to experience sickness. I do not have to. There's your denials, but then you begin to affirm. Divine order is aligning me with truth. Divine order is aligning my body, or my mind, my voice, and my body with truth. Divine order is aligning because I am not willing to participate actively and consciously in divine order. You see, we're in charge. We live in a very orderly universe. Eric Butterworth in Spiritual Economics says, "It is not a miracle that is needed to create a job for you, but an expression of divine order in bringing you together with that which is looking for you." I like that. That your good is looking for you. Perhaps harder than you're looking for it. But your good, look at my sign up here. It says, your good is chasing you down the street. Or I think it's your joy is chasing you down the street. Wilfred Wilkinson Hausman, in Your God-Given Potential, says, to develop divine order in our life, we must learn to cooperate with spiritual law. Obedient cooperation with God's plan for good is the secret. Now, let's not try to figure out God's plan for good. Let's just know there is one. And it's probably not where you get to be right about somebody else's being wrong. Charles Fillmore in Jesus Christ Heals says, "So let us begin anew and lay down the law of order in all that we do. If there is a tendency to hurry, let us stop and affirm divine order and rest ourselves in its poise. Geologists tell us that our world has been whirling around the sun for over 500 million years. So you see, there is no need to hurry. Remember that you live in eternity now. This thought of omnipresent eternity will alleviate nervous tension. Put every thought and act under the divine law. Even if you think you are going to miss a car, do not hurry. Another car will be right along. And if your mind is in divine order, it will be your car." There's an order to everything in the universe, to everything in your life. And so, what if we decided today, I'm not going to fret today. Today's not my job to fret. It's not my turn to fret today. We'll leave that to somebody else if they want to. But nobody has to, and it's definitely not my turn. Imagine. It's definitely not my turn to worry today. It may be my turn to participate in all healing, but it's not my turn to worry. I took my turn. Did you? Have you already taken your turn to worry? So it's not my turn to worry, and perhaps God doesn't need any of us to worry. Perhaps truth and wisdom doesn't need any of us to worry. Perhaps, but I'm definitely know I've already taken my turn. I've already taken my turn to worry, to fret. I've already taken my turn to know what it's like to imagine nothing working out well. I've already had my turn at bat with that, and you know what? Perhaps it's my turn to choose peace. It's my turn to choose divine order, active and present in my mind, in my voice, in my body. It's my turn to choose divine order, active in my conscious mind, in my conscious voice, and in my conscious body. My turn. And so you see, today I can breathe more easily. Today I can choose a different thought, because that different thought is what is going to shift the voice. It's what's going to shift the body. It's what's going to shift my relationships. It's going to shift because as I have a true thought about you and you and you and you and all of you, as I have true thoughts about you, well, then there's no conflicts to be had. When I have true thoughts. When I have true thoughts, when I look in the mirror about this lovely man here, I have no conflicts with him. We don't have a quarrel today. There's nothing unattractive to find. There's no problem to find in order to fix the problem. It's not my turn to worry. I've already taken my turn. And so, if we all would take a moment to breathe. I live in an orderly universe. And the order starts with my thought. And that thought leads to my voice. And that word leads to my action. And that action leads to my demonstration. So my first thought is God. God is. And I follow that first thought with a second thought. I am. God is. I am. God is. I am. God is. I am. And so it is. And amen. Thank you.